too, so we can go ahead and start. It's 9:32. We'll call this meeting to order. Our regular business meeting, and we'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. And we will start with a section of just general public comment or questions, which we may or may not be able to answer right now, but we'll start right here, Matt.
CBA trust agreement is on the agenda today. And we've got a copy of it, and it is controversial. What our agreement they sent us was to put in test wells, and this is actually a street property we own. And who knows what they plan on doing, but I know they'll be blocking our street. And there's a problem there. Don't know if they want to put test wells in the middle of the street. Don't know if they know even people use it.
Which street is that? Is that
The new East Street,
New East Street?
E.
which, yeah,
Is that the one that they wanted to completely shut off?
No,
Or
that's F Street.
F Street, okay.
E Street is the one that the county did a property swap with Maryland Light in 2012. It used to be two of her lots, but when she built on the platted E Street, they gave her E Street and then swapped to the end of her lots, those last two lots, to replace the road that she had blocked.
I think the problem lies with the, on the GIS, it looks like it's two lots. And it's actually a street. And, Russ probably figured it was embedded on the property, but it wasn't a street. It was a street.
So it's this that they're asking for access to. E Street is here, goes all the way back. She built on it, so she had to give up these two lots that connect to Brookside. This is the one that was tried to be vacated.
Okay, so this one's no longer, she took over this one, right?
Yeah.
She took over this one?
Yeah.
So then they just moved it to here,
They moved it
and now they these guys wanted.
Want an access on it.
So Matt, what's the remedy you're seeking?
I don't have a clue what they're going on doing.
This is what that,
Yeah.
They're not gonna block their access to our property.
Right.
I don't know if they're putting a well in the middle of it, if they think it's blocked, but a well in the middle of those lots that blocks the road. Or blocks towards my property and blocks in the turnaround area. I have no clue what they're planning.
Okay.
Okay. So are you suggesting anything, like before we approve or sign their letter, we find out?
I think they need to have a meeting with you to tell you what it is, because this is controversial for us.
Okay, good point. Okay. So it probably shouldn't be on the consent agenda since it has some controversy potential affecting people. So we might want to consider tabling that until we get back. Did they mention coming to address this or anything with it? Okay. All right. So we need a little more research there possibly. Any other public comment?
No, that's it for that. Right?
Okay, ma'am?
well, he said half of what I told him I was gonna say, but,
I should always call you
there we
first.
go, yeah. Well, first of all, I would like to comment, thank you for taking the suggestion of putting amended 1 and 2 on the website. It made it very much easier when you're on your mobile phone to tell that there's been a change, so much appreciated. And my comment was tying into, my 7 years of trying to get these encroachment issues taken care of and this trust agreement, because the county, not you three, the previous group, have spent or okayed over $24,000 of surveying in that area. And on these two lots that they want, there are 4 wooden stakes that's all that's there. 4 wooden stakes that are still left from some of that money that was done. The rest have been pulled out off of people's properties or knocked over, which give a good idea of where the alleys and where the edge of the street is. Currently, the lots that they want access to, the county moved part of a fence that was on the road, but they didn't move it completely off. So part of these lots that you have are fenced into someone else's property at the moment. And so I worked in some of this environmental stuff, and a lot of times they'll come in and do what they want, where they want, because they have no idea where anything is. You have a 3-page list of encroachment issues up there that need to be taken care of. Or in February, you guys met with Stratton that had
Mhm.
developed this map. Like 2 days after you met with him, I asked the road department part of the previous commissioners had said that they were gonna deal with everything from original East Street up towards our properties. And a big portion was Maryland's garage, and a bunch of the encroachments are not on this map at all. And I asked the roads department if, can Stratton put that on? Because when I met with then Alan, he had said, yeah, we'll do everything from here. We'll have stakes. Everybody will be able to visibly see stuff, which you can't really see on the map. But the roads department told me that yes, we'll go ahead and I'll forward that to the commissioners and see if they're okay with doing that. That was in February. We're now June. And 2 weeks ago, I spoke with the new Jessica, the road head. She was gonna call Stratton and find out what was going on. The first person that said that they would check with the commissioners was Stephanie. I haven't heard anything in 2 weeks. It can't take that long to find out. So I don't want an access agreement signed or an easement by you guys that's good for 5 years that says that they can access through or to your property for investigating that can include groundwater monitoring wells and stuff. It's like, again, there's too much other, for lack of a better word, crap going on up there that this county has not taken care of in 7 years, that we don't need to sign more things that have equipment running through. And currently, where the part that's open that they might think are the lots, because they don't have any idea that it's actually a road and never even needed it's a road. You don't have to get access to a road. Is actually some other people's property because nobody knew where the line was out there, and fences were just put up wherever they wanted. Sorry, that's it.
Thank you. I was like, okay, we have the 2-minute
Yeah,
rule, but,
sorry.
so, all right, so, when we get to it, perhaps we will table that and set up a meeting where you'd have a chance to share your thoughts on that in more detail too. Okay, because I realize how hard it is to do something meaningful in 2 minutes. So. All right, other public comments. This will be your chance.
We have a lease property from Shoshone County, and we received a letter stating that there may be a possibility of putting it up for sale or auction or something. And so then I investigated and saw that it's a whole new administration. And I just wanted to come in and kind of express my concerns due to the fact that when we found this property, the county had no clue they had it. They owned it. It took them a while to even find the documents. The property is extremely steep. And
Where is this property located?
it's on Boulder Creek.
It's on the Joe.
Yep.
On the other side of the hill.
Boulder Creek. So we came in and met with the commissioners and said that we were interested in either a purchase or a lease or anything. So we're trying to keep our kids going to the mountains and keep them learning how to hunt and that sort of thing. So there's absolutely no access into the property. And I told them that we would build a road in there. If they would lease or sell the ground to us, we would build a road into it so we could park the camper or whatever. And so since then, we have built a road in there, and it was extremely difficult because how steep it was. And we actually met with Jay, your commissioner, and I can't remember his name. He was your guys' head roads guy. I thought
His
it was
name's
Jay
Jay as
also,
well.
possibly.
The old roads guy, Jim Kaysen was the former
maybe
road
Jim.
manager.
Could be Jim. I don't remember his name, but
Yeah.
they actually met Melissa and I out on the site, and neither one of them could figure out how we were going to build a road there because it's so steep.
They just kept shaking their heads.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's table, would you like to go back at the 1 o'clock?
Well, I don't know if they,
9:30?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah, so we have this 2-minute thing of comment. So, so to summarize, I guess what would be your main questions?
Well, since we invested, an awful lot of money in building this road, I'm concerned it's gonna get sold out from underneath us or leased to somebody else. The lease agreement we did sign was a 7-year renewable. And, with that, we felt comfortable enough to invest this money. And I kept records of all of our time and equipment and everything we had involved. And so I know what the road would cost if you hired somebody to go build it. We have a small excavating company. And that was one of the things I offered is if you guys needed work, we could do work for you guys and trade for the land or something like that if there's ever a need for that.
Okay.
I was just, at our first beginning, I was trying to just all the options and availability to help you guys and help us, and try and keep this land pretty remote, but keep this land so that, we can take our kids and grandkids out and enjoy the wilderness.
Okay. So, yeah, we do need to move on with this meeting. I hear you. We do have a meeting at 1:00 and we've been scheduling every week. We've been having meetings where we are specifically discussing what we're going to buy, sell or lease, et cetera. If you have the ability to come back at 1:00, that would be great. We could hear some more about that. The other options would be that you could schedule a meeting with us, just us.
Sure.
And, just bring this issue up some more, but I don't think we have made any decision on those. Right now, we're dealing with some seasonal rentals, but be happy to discuss this at 1:00 more if you'd like to be.
Yeah, if you guys are willing, we're gonna make it happen because it's pretty important to us.
Understand, yeah. Okay, all right, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, all right, public comments are done. We move on to old business, this consideration of the minutes. Commissioners, have you reviewed the minutes and how do you move?
Did review.
I move to approve the minutes of last week.
Move to approve,
I'll second.
seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, minutes from last week are approved. And just a compliment to our new clerk, I think they're getting better and better. Appreciate it. Okay, the consent agenda. We have no beer, wine, or liquor licenses before us. Shoshone County payables, we've all reviewed those. Okay, no questions there. Ambulance Service District payables, there were none this week.
None this week,
That's
so
my understanding, so we have none to approve there. We have no homeowners cancellations this week. We do have the treasurer's statement. Have you all had a chance to review the treasurer's statement?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're all okay up till there. And then we have this resolution 23-13, our standard resolution to approve or remove credit cards for new employees. And I think we had 3 new employees that we're putting on the credit cards. Any
Yes.
questions about that?
No.
No.
Any comments? Okay, so that's pretty standard. So then the only one that comes up that, the one Mr. Beener referred to is the Coeur d'Alene Trust Agreement. At this point, I would entertain a motion to table that, set a separate meeting for it, where we could invite the public to come in and ask their questions and get somebody from the trust to answer questions.
so moved.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. So that should give us an opportunity to reschedule. So I would direct the clerk, if you would help us, we want to reschedule with someone who can come to the meeting and answer questions from the public. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, we've been through the consent agenda. I would entertain a motion to approve the rest of the consent agenda as stated.
So moved.
Okay, need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So we approve the consent agenda and we have no indigent cases before us today. So that brings us to, I believe, an adjournment. All right, until our next meeting.